In the summer of 1989, after the Jackson Mooney project was no longer an issue for them, the Jackson family braced themselves for more distress from LaToya, who was 33 years old. They heard that she was now writing a book of her own, one that would be nothing like the one penned by Michael. Hers, LaToya, threatened, would tell the whole truth about my dysfunctional family. One would think the family wouldn't be so worried though, since in April 1988, LaToya told a reporter, "To my knowledge, Michael has only had one nose job." According to Murray Walker, a friend of the family's at the time, Catherine telephoned Michael to ask if it was true that a book was being planned. LaToya said it wasn't true. Meanwhile, she had been negotiating with G.P. Putnam's Sons Publishing House. When Catherine found out LaToya had a deal, she was hurt. Once upon a time, LaToya never lied. If you knew LaToya, you understand how out of character her behavior has been since she met Jack Gordon. She is a girl who was scared to death to go out of the house, who felt her family could do no wrong. Now she was planning to write a book about just how wrong they all are. LaToya signed a deal with Potman, which advanced her more money for her autobiography than Michael had received from his double B. Michael's was reportedly a $300,000 deal. LaToya's $500,000 deal. It won't be so bad, Catherine reasoned. What can she write about anyway? For starters, LaToya was going to claim that Michael had been as a child. Even where this allegation got back to Michael, he was incensed by it. She can do what she wants if she wants to get back at Joseph and Catherine for whatever, he stormed, but not drag Mike into it. I never did one damn thing to hurt that girl. So stop her, Branca. He told his attorney John Branca. John Branca arranged a meeting with Jaguar to discuss the matter. During the night, he told Jack that Michael did not want his sister writing what that he had been. Why not? Jack demanded to know. It's the truth. Look, man, I don't know if it's true or not, John told him. But I do know that if she writes it, Michael will sue her. That I know is true. Rumors that Michael was, as a child, have been circulating for years without the entertainment industry. Michael denies it. With that denial in place, there's no much more anyone else can say about it. It certainly seems that if such a thing were true, it will be known that by now, considering how exposed Michael's life has been in recent years. In subsequent letters to Latoya and Jack, John Branco reiterated his position at the meeting. Michael will legislate against his sister if she made any claim about him being abused. He also indicated that Michael would make himself available to read whatever it was she eventually wrote in order that he be able to review it for accuracy. After he received that particular letter, Jack Gordon telephoned Catherine's ex business manager, John Howard, to inquire as to whether he still had the power to arrange a meeting with Catherine. According to Jerome, Jack wanted to offer Catherine a deal. If she and Joseph paid LaToya $5 million, LaToya would cancel her memoirs. It's the least they can do for her, Jack reasoned, considering all they have done to her. Moreover, if Jerome was the one who could convince the Jackson parents to pay LaToya the money, he would have been paid 10% of the total $500,000. Man, that's blackmail, Jerome said, according to his memory. No, it's not, Jack responded. It's business. Plain, simple business. Well, I don't want to do anything with it, Jerome told him. I present the deal to Catherine and have her to get in touch with you about it. What? You don't want $500,000? Jack asked incredulously. Jerome said no. I telephoned Catherine and then we met with her. Jerome recalled. I told her what was going on. If she wanted to stop her daughter's book, it was going to cost her $5 million. She wasn't pleased. If I also told her I don't want her to get involved, that Jack had offered me a percentage, but that I don't think it was a fair money, I suggested she should have had her lawyer deal with it. I suppose she did. After that, someone in LaToya's camp apparently fed a story to the media that Michael had offered her $25 million to kill the project. It was not true. However, in an apparent attempt to maintain high interest in her book, LaToya's charged that Michael's offer is awful, a sign of bribery. Nothing is going to stop me, she said as if a war cry, no matter how much I'm offered. Jack Gordon made the ludicrous allegation that Michael offered to purchase GB Pullman's sons for $84 million just so he could prevent the book from appearing. According to Associated Michaels, what really happened is that someone representing LaToya, and I'm not going to say it was Jack, and I'm not saying it wasn't because, frankly, I don't know, got in touch with Michael's people and said that Michael had better come up with millions if he didn't want that book to be published. Mike was hurt. He had never done anything LaToya to cause her to be so unkind to him. And if he felt that Jack was orchestrating all of it, still, it was LaToya who was responsible for the final outcome of it. She doesn't get a free ride just by saying Jack is the one thing doing the dirty work, she said. She has to take responsibility, just like I do. I was in the room when Michael made his final decision. I'm not going to let my own sister, a person I loved, a person who has known me my whole life, blackmail me. This is as low as it can go, he observed. Tell Latoya I said she could go jump in a lake. She does not get one dime from me. For Latoya, family loyalty was clearly a notion now relegated to a recent past. In fact, to keep the pot stirred, Jack claimed that Latoya's years ahead of hers had made her so angry and bitter that she would include yet another allegation in her book that Joseph had her. Catherine was stunned when she first heard the charge from Jack. Why, it's not just true. Why, it's just not true, she insisted. Oh, yes, it is, Jack said. But who told you this? Catherine demanded. Did Latoya tell you? Jack said it had been Rebbe who told him. By the time Catherine confronted Rebbe, she was seething. However, Rebbe denied ever having told Jack that Latoya was abused by Joseph. Michael then telephoned Latoya, and as she later recalled it to me, we found about many things, but the main thing was the book. When Michael wanted to know if there was anything critical of him in it, she refused to give into details. The truth issue is not her book, she told me, but the fact that Michael is jealous of all the great exposure I'm getting. He wants to hog the limelight. Look, excuse me. I've been through this since I was 5 years old, Michael told her according to her memory. And here you come out of nowhere. What justifies your fame? You're not entitled to it yet, Latoya. You haven't done anything yet. Why, how dare you? Latoya exclaimed. After what I've been through with this family, how can you say that to me? She apparently confused familial dysfunction with artistic achievement. At any rate, she says she never wanted to speak to Michael again and then slammed down the phone. On September 5th, 1989, Latoya, now 33, and Jack Gordon, 50, were married in Reno, Nevada. 2 days earlier, Latoya telephoned Michael, Catherine, and said, I don't have a family anymore. I don't have a mother, father, or brothers or sisters. I've disowned you all. The Jacksons firmly believed that Latoya didn't love Jack and Sheila married him in order to dissociate herself from the family. Jack said he had 6 security guards with them at all times to prevent him from being kidnapped by the Jacksons. Jack used to tell me all the time how Joseph was trying to kidnap Latoya and that Latoya was scared to death. From what I can understand, Joseph used to beer when she was a child, recalled Gary Barron, whose business dealings with Joseph went sour in 1985. LaToya was not a very happy person. She had a hard life, and she found someone to love and rely on. Jack Gordon, Gary continued. Finally, she had escaped from the family. I asked Jack specifically why he married LaToya. I asked him, did you marry LaToya because you really love her, or did you marry her as a convenience for you and herself? He said, no, man, I really love her. I said, come on, man, be honest with me. He replied, I'm telling you, I love her very much.